It's the next day, and we're getting some nice ab vascularity. Literally buzzed one leg. So got the little featheries, got some veins. This leg still has hair on it. One thing I like to look at for measuring my progress besides the scale, like if I had no scale, I want to compare how I pose with abs either flexed or not flexed, stretched or whatever. In like a bodybuilding realm, when people do these poses in like a competitive kind of, you know, on a stage or for that type of, I'm posing properly, the open abs versus flexed abs versus crunched abs, I've seen this pose done from multiple different people across multiple different decades, where sometimes they want to pull their rib cage as far away from their pelvis as they can and almost take their belly button like that and almost like pull it in, but you're not flexing your abs. And then I've seen absolutely no flex at all, just nothing happening here, just wherever this ends up is wherever it ends up, because the person genetically has these big kind of like really pronounced protruding abs. My abs are not anything genetically blessed. Like I wasn't blessed with like brick abs that just pop out at 20% body fat. Like some people have to really get lean for them to really be etched out. And they're still not etched out at all. I still have so much, you know, to go here. And then the other way that I see this pose is crunched abs, like flexed. And then while you're flexed, you go like that. And I think that looks the worst because it forces you to kind of crunch down and like go like that. And I'm just not crazy about it. But an area that I look for leanness progress is when I do this pose and I pull my belly button into my spine without flexing my abs. And if I can see more of my midsection more defined or detailed in that pose, I feel like that's a good kind of visual spot to check for like fat loss progress. Sometimes how cut you are when your muscles are flexed can vary based on how hydrated you are, if you're warm, like if literally where you live in your house, if you feel like warm at home. I remember posing in the freaking winter and I was freezing cold and like not a single vein would come out. I felt like my physique was very like protective of itself because of the temperature, but here in Thailand it's always hot. So I'm usually always like warm, and if I just have a little bit of coffee, a little bit of water, and it's just generally just kind of warm in here because we just woke up and we have the air conditioner off in one of the rooms, I'll just be like wicked veiny. And I don't think that's necessarily a good way to go, oh, I made progress, like I'm more vascular. Yeah, I mean, cool, you hydrated, it's warm. Like I try to be accountable for myself for those things and not just go, oh, a little bit more vascularity, I'm leaner. I'll look at it like, can I actually see muscle separation as opposed to, oh, a vein is bulging out more, therefore I've made some progress. So that's my good old Saturday morning physique update, because I don't really have a way to pose any back shots while I'm at the gym because the light is so downlighting that if I go to do that, I'll just be all shadows, can't see anything. So I wait till the next day. I was basically on every Saturday, I get my refeed meal, but for me to get this last like probably 7 pounds off of body fat, I have to just push my body past flat. I have to get flat and then go like past flat into like real fat loss that really is kind of permanent in a way to this progress of this phase that I'm in. Then fill my frame just a little bit. Don't do anything spilling over. It's not going to be a refeed where the next day in the gym I'm crazy strong. It's literally just to like fill the frame out 70%. Not fill it out 100 and spill over and be watery, but crazy full. Like I don't want to get there. I just want just a quick little awakening. Just when you eat carbs that you haven't really had for a while, you get like kind of warm. The gym pumps feel really good. Your strength isn't just skyrocketing though. It's nothing, nothing crazy as far as adding all these carbohydrates. I'm talking like 100 to 200 carbs bump spike, which is really not a lot. So I'm excited to see the next probably 3 to 4 weeks, get the last 5 pounds off and then dig for those last few. So I don't like saying like a number on the scale or an exact number to lose. I know my body pretty well, so I would guess I need to lose 5 to 7 fat, adipose, straight body fat needs to come off my frame. On the scale, that might mean 10 pounds of scale to lose like 7 of actual fat tissue, and then stay there. I mean, that's the name of the game now. Like, one of the weirdest things about making social media, like gym related stuff, is me trying to build a following and trying to build a brand and sell myself, is I have to be in shape, you know? And for anybody that's like starting YouTube out, if they're like relatively, you know, in shape, they might feel like, oh, I'm not big enough. Dude, the internet's a crazy place, because if you looked at me and I didn't tell you how much I weighed, how much would you guess I weigh? I'm 5'9" exactly, and I was 235 pounds at 5'9", and I'm not that fat, you know? But if you saw me outside, if you see me around the gym, or you see me just out on the street or in clothes even, people stare at me because I'm not really normal. Normally you don't see 5'9", 235 pounds muscle, like that's not common. But on the internet, dude, I could be 180 pounds. But if you're lean, you're good. And I've never really realized that being an internet person versus like switching your brain from I'm trying to appeal to the masses that look at me on a flat, two-dimensional phone screen. I don't have to be 235 pounds and freaking ripped out of my mind. I just need the ripped part. The actual body weight thing is so irrelevant. I saw this kid post a reel. His physique is in the center of the frame, and he was doing like something like sideways with like a little bit of a twist to get, you know, the midsection. And his bottom of his text was like, you know, has to put natural, and then he put like 75 kg, and then his height was like 5'10" or something like that. And people in the comments are going off that there's no way this kid is natural and blah blah blah. It's like he's lean. That's it. Did you see his body weight that he said? His 75 kg is what? 165? The kid weighs 165 pounds. He's lean though. So why would you, he's not natural. There's no way. It's like, dude, you're looking at him on a flat piece of paper, two-dimensional type of medium. You're not seeing the kid in person. If you saw him in person, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is 100 and, you know, this is like 165 pounds. He's lean. That's why he looks freaking crazy, because it's a screen. And I'm over here thinking I have to be all humongous to be appealing for the internet, and I don't. I just need to be in shape. And as far as pushing my body weight up to like the 260 mark and losing all these cuts but being humongous, the only thing that does for me is the people that I walk around and I'll see in person, and my strength in the gym. You get like in person, whoa, you're big and you're strong and you're this and that. But as far as the internet goes, if I posted a picture of myself at 260 with like no cuts, dude, no one would care about me. But they don't see me in person going, wow, you're 260 pounds at 5'9", and deadlifting 800 and benching upper fours and squatting 6 something, almost 700. Like, that is only impressive when you see that body in person. And as soon as you put it on a phone screen, it loses all of its appeal, kind of, in my opinion, as far as marketing yourself and building a brand out of your physique. I have to be lean. You know, so I'm starting to just accept that and realize I don't have to be so massive for the internet. The internet you can look freaking wild on the internet if you're just in shape. And I just immediately thought of that kid's reel. He's 165 pounds, but he's really lean. And everyone's going off, like either complimenting him because he looked really great. I mean, I 100% liked the video. I forget if I said something, but I'm reading these people that are going off that he's not natural, that he's enhanced, that there's no way to achieve this, whatever. It's like, dude, he's at like a roughly decent, maybe 10-ish% body fat, where like, he was maybe a little leaner than me, like me in 3 weeks condition. Like, you can't get that condition naturally. Like, is that how low your standard is? You know? So it's just kind of weird to me to like, I want to be like leaner than this all year and try for the first time in my life a main-gaining bulk, not even a bulk, just I want to like barely add carbohydrates over like months and see if I can just add a small amount of tissue without pushing my body weight into fluff zone, stay lean, stay marketable, stay looking appealing for the average kid, the average guy, the average whoever watching my stuff, And once I maybe build like a more solid, larger fan base, then I can take you guys with me, because you're now invested in me. I can take you with me on maybe like a bulk, quote unquote, but this would be the max fluff on the bulk, is this condition. I've realized how important it is for being marketable on the internet that you have to just be in shape. You know, the influencery people make way more, I don't want to say they make more money, but they make way more of a, like they earn more relationships on the internet and more following and more kind of like people want to look at their stuff because they're just so relatable. I can't relate to a 300-pound competitive bodybuilder whose whole life is bodybuilding, their whole day is bodybuilding. I relate to like the freaking Trend Twins or whatever, because they just fuck around and have fun, but they take it seriously when it's time to take it seriously. And that's sort of where I want to like put myself. I don't want to put myself in the bodybuilder category of fitness people, because I just think that it's kind of not relatable, you know? It's more like awe, like I'm looking at them in awe, like holy crap, that you look like that and you lift like that and you're that strong and your muscles are that ridiculous and you're that shredded. It's like a holy crap, that's crazy. But as far as everyday life relatability, I can't relate to a Samson Dauda. You know, I can barely relate to the classic guys because even they're so humongous. So I want to just be in shape. I don't have to worry about being the biggest guy in the world. I just need to worry about being in shape, market myself, be appealing to the average person, because I'm an average person. So why would I want to pretend like I'm this great, amazing, crazy looking bodybuilder when I can just be my regular self, try my hardest in the gym, my diet, see what physique that creates, and relate to just other people like me that are just regular gym goers, have a job. The gym is just a fun, awesome part of their life that enhances your everyday life. It's not my career. It's not my, I need to compete and make money from this and my placing really matters and what did the judges say? Like, that's cool. It's just not me. And I want to be more relatable and appealing to just the average person, but that means I have to be in shape pretty much all year, and I've never done that in my life. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens in a year from now. I may not put on my usual 10 plus pounds of straight muscle that I'm consistently putting that on every year, is like at least 10 pounds of tissue a year. I might not be able to do that, but it's almost like instead of spending 12 months at 8 of them or 7 of them are kind of fluffy and chunky, but I'm crazy strong, but my physique is not like cut up, and then have like 4 to 5 months where I look decent. Instead of doing that, I want all 12 to look good. However, I might not make as much scale or muscle tissue progress added in 12 months, but during those 12 months, I've been maximally marketable on the internet, because it doesn't matter. Like, I could look exactly like this in terms of how much muscle I have, and in 5 years from now, not add any tissue to my frame. But if those 5 years go by and 100% of that 5 years, all 5 of them, I'm in shape and lean, I will make more progress in terms of building my personal brand, I think. Because being lean just attracts eyeballs to you. It just does. I know building tissue has to be in a calorie surplus and all these things, and that's what I've done. So it is weird for me to live a life now going forward that being lean is very much a priority of mine. And maybe I can even experiment with this and maybe even prove myself wrong, because I've always thought bulking and cutting was the best way. If you want to be the biggest possible person you can and make the most amount of progress in a 12-month time from now, February 2026, I would absolutely bulk till like September, October, and then diet into February 2026, and I guarantee I could put on 12 to 15 pounds of straight muscle and be back to the same condition as February 2025 in 2026, and I could be probably close to 245 at least with the same condition, just 10, 12 pounds bigger, pure muscle. I know I can do that. But I would have spent 7 months or maybe 8 months looking a little chunky. And how am I going to market myself when I'm smaller? Not smaller, me smaller, like my brand, me, my name, my channel is smaller. And I just want to go about it a different way. And maybe this is like a huge kind of case study experiment for myself over these months where I go, you know what, maybe I can put on the size that I would have if I bulked and cut through like a main-gaining approach. I don't see 12 pounds of straight tissue happening with a body that's at low body fat. I don't know, but it could happen. So that's sort of like my plan going forward. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I got maybe a refeed today, maybe not. I got an arm day tomorrow, and back to legs. Just did them back to legs on Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you guys for a nice good old arm pump, maybe at that hole in the wall gym that that I went to for the chest day. So I'll probably head over there tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys there in the vid.